Hello everybody and welcome to Civ House. I'm Rob, and today we are going to be taking a look and making a tier list on something that I am extremely passionate about, something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I felt like now, while we have a little bit of a lull between all the news, potential expansion updates and everything, that we would be taking a look at my personal Civ Theme tier list. That's right, that's what we are going to be going over here. You may see a tier list with all the games on it. So civilizations 1 through 7. We're going to be going over the opening themes for those. You'll see Revolution on here as well, and Beyond Earth is on here as well. I've not played those as much. I don't know those themes really. So I'm just going to be focused on the 7, main games for Civilization, and I hope that you guys are going to be excited to join me on this one. Before we get any deeper though, make sure that you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the great Civilization 7 content that's coming out here at Civ House on a regular basis. Also, let me know in the comments section below which theme is your favorite. I know there are going to be the Baba Yetu fans. There are going to be maybe some other surprises in here as well, as we will get into them. And yeah, just let me know what your favorites are, and maybe yours will shift as I kind of give you guys my tier list. With that, I am going to be honest, I don't think that I can actually have the music on in the background, because then we will get copyright, strikes, and I don't want to deal with that. So unfortunately, I'll just have kind of the normal basic music that we've been using, the Mozart, I believe, I forget which one, that has been in the background for these. You guys can go and listen to these on your own, make those decisions on your own. But what I am going to do is I'm going to show you guys the videos. Let me show you here. I know it's a black screen right now, but I'm going to show you at least the openings for them, because maybe you guys haven't seen all of them. I know that I had listened to the music. I hadn't seen the openings for the first 2 games before. I've seen every other opening since 3, and I will say that nostalgia is not going to be necessarily the thing that is grabbing my heart when making these. So I hope you guys are excited. Let's get into the first one, and that is going to be Civilization. Well, you know what? Let me see here. I got to think. So I have my tier list up. I already made it. I know what I'm going to be doing here. I just got to decide where I want to start. And I think I'm going to be starting actually at the bottom, and I'm going to work my way up. I'm not going to go necessarily in chronological order, so that should tell you something about this. So I think I'm going to start with this one. Let me bring it up here now. We are going to be starting with Civilization 2. And the main reason why is because, to be honest, this is basically just your basic, base, little bit of, like basic music that you would have, like some synthesized stuff from the 1990s. It's nothing crazy. I'm not like a huge, I don't hate it, to be clear. It is a solid opening theme, and I think for, 1996, this is pretty good overall. The problem is that, again, I'm ranking these compared to the other 6 games, and this one just doesn't really do it for me. It doesn't have kind of that moment that you can grasp onto and really, push yourself, it feels like, and get yourself hyped up for the game. Again, this is really not a bad opening theme. There are a lot of worse ones out there for sure, but, unfortunately, this one, and let me get up now our tier list, Civ 2, even though I had these out of order unintentionally, is going to be at the bottom of our list here in D tier. I left F tier because I wanted you guys to think, oh, maybe Rob is actually going to put something down in F tier. Guys, there are no Civilization themes, at least in my opinion, that belong in F tier. So that's where we're going to be starting. Maybe a bold take, but I felt like 2 was a good place to start. Next on this list is going to be one that I do love as a game, without a doubt. It is a very solid game, and it is the one, to be completely honest with you guys, that got me into Civilization back in the day, and that's going to be Civ 3. Now, Civ 3 is them just hitting, I forget which percussion instrument it is. I want to call it marimbas. I could be wrong on that one, but it's the ones with the big freaking mallets, you know, with the yarn on them, and it's just like hitting around there, and it's not bad, right? Like, this opening theme, I think, is pretty solid. It fits really well what Civilization, I think, was starting to work its way up towards. You know, it gives sort of that ancient feel. I mean, every single part of this essentially is that, right? And I felt like with this one, it was nostalgic for sure. I had not heard it in a really long time. I did remember it, and I remember this opening so well. You know, you're climbing up this pyramid that you're building on top of, right? Something that I know they're trying to do a lot, right, for Civilization 7 right now. But, you know, this game was so good. I just wished... Now, I think the music for the rest of the game is pretty solid, but I just really had wished that, you know, this opening theme had been so good. And maybe it was really good, like, back in the, you know, in the day when it first started. At least that's kind of how I remember it, was being really good, to be honest with you. And the more I listened to these themes, kind of prepping myself for this, reminding myself of these, it felt like Civilization 3 was not bad, but it was down here in the D tier as well, with Civilization 2, which I still think is a solid overall theme, but there are just some absolutely epic ones here, and to be able to, I think, make this tier list comparatively to the ones we will see that I have in S tier, right? These are just D tier. That's just how it went. So there we go for Civ 3. The next one is going to be the last of the original games, and we're going to come over here to Civilization 1, the original Civilization. And you may be wondering, what are you talking about? This is some, you know, 16-bit nonsense, or maybe it was more bits than that. I don't know. But what I do know is I had not listened to this theme in a very long time. I went through and watched these and listened to these many years ago, and I remember thinking this one was okay. And then the more I listened to it, I was like, wait, this is actually really good. If it, like, was fully done orchestrally, I feel like people would actually rank this one pretty well. It's not like, again, it's not mind-blowing, right? Jeffrey L. Briggs, you did a good job here. You guys can see that right now. I'm complimenting your music. This is all the way back from, I believe, 91 is when these came out. And it's just, it's really solid, honestly. I can see where there's a part that will be coming up here relatively soon where you can really grasp onto the theme, and you can, I think, kind of get this, I don't know, explosive, if you want to call it, moment where there's a bit of mystery, a bit of intrigue with this one, and I just really like it. Like, I could totally see you, you know, using this opening theme and, like, throwing some trumpets in here. I think it's, like, soon-ish from where we're watching. And I could totally see some, like, trumpets, like, really heralding in this game. It's right around here, actually. And it's where that mystery kind of comes in with it. I just really enjoyed it when re-listening to it. And I felt like they actually took a step back. And this is where Civ 2 and Civ 3 started to fall off for me, is I just felt like they took a step back with how good this 16-bit, again, I'm going to call it that, music was. And so because of that, I am going to be putting it up here in C tier list. Funny enough, I didn't, because my brain doesn't work, I didn't realize that the Civilization, like the original one logo, is the one that they used for this new Founders Edition, or whatever they're calling it, for Civ 7, to try to kind of bring back that nostalgia from original fans. I don't know, I feel like a lot of fans have been playing since Civ 2 or Civ 3. A lot of you out there who watch this, I feel like we're you know, able to enjoy those games when they first came out. So hopefully you guys won't be too upset with me with where I ranked them, but that's just kind of where I felt like we needed to go. Now, again, for all of you Civ 4 fans, you don't need to worry. We're not going in full order. I'm not going to tell you where I'm putting Civ 4 yet in Baba Yetu, but I am going to be heading to... Now, this is going to be unfortunate, I think, for a lot of people, if I'm being honest with you, but the next one is going to be actually Civ 5 in terms of opening themes. Now, obviously, this game is incredibly nostalgic. It is so good. It is still played and loved by so many people, and it feels like it is really trying to kind of capture what we had in Baba Yetu, but not be in that same vein, right? It's still better, and it, really kind of establishes itself as this epic, right? What we've known Civilization games to be is this just epic strategy where we are recreating the world, and this game hits all of that except for in this opening theme. It's still not bad. Like, it's a really, really solid one. It kind of picks up here in just a minute once they start showing the Vikings, kind of sailing on the oceans and everything. And, it was really good, I think, menu music, I would call it. And it does start to slap. Like, you can feel the orchestra coming in, the choir, the chorus, right, is something there. But it doesn't have kind of that, again, that catch that some of these other themes are going to have. It doesn't have that thing that where you're sitting there and it just randomly starts playing in your head. This one did not really do that for me. It still felt like we were kind of building up towards this epic, awesome game for sure. I mean, the graphics just Civ 5 is just such a freaking masterpiece, man. It really, really is, from top to bottom. If the opening theme had been paired with, again, I'll reference it just because 4 is on the mind. If it had Baba Yetu on it, I feel like this one would be, I don't know, it'd be perfect game, throughout, really. But it's for this reason that, again, I'm comparing it to the other ones. But let me make sure I got this right. I do have it right. Yeah. I ended up putting it here in B tier. You can start to feel where we are going with this one, and I'm not just trying to be like a homer on this or anything. It's just really good. I don't know how else to put it. It's just really freaking good. All right, coming up next is going to be a game that I think a lot of us are still struggling with, and when I say still, you guys probably know exactly where I'm going with this. But up next is going to be Civ 7 and Christopher Tin's third game that he had made. Now, this music, I should say, it took me a second. The first time I heard it at the Game Awards, I was really hyped, like, right before it came on, because I was like, man, like, Civilization has some of the best music in gaming, in my opinion, and I just had this, like, S tier, top level, amazing, like, opening theme song that I had in mind. This one is very good, but it took me a little bit of time to kind of listen to it once or twice, or a couple more times, I should say, after the Game Awards stuff came out, and I started to like it more and more. The more I hear it, the more I enjoyed this song. It still doesn't have the peaks, I think, that some of these other songs, the other ones that we are going to be talking about here, do have. That being said, it is consistent. It's very solid throughout. I actually think the valleys of the song, where we kind of get more into like the da 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 da. Yeah, that's probably about all I can do without getting in trouble. But like the softer portions, I should say, of the song are actually where I think it shines the most, to be honest with you. And it's just, again, it's really, really, really solid. I have no major complaints about it. It still gets me hyped for the most part, but it doesn't like, and it feels epic to a certain degree, but it feels like there's a missing crescendo somewhere, right? Where it really starts the da 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 da, right? Like, it feels like I want a little bit more there. It's still very good, right? But there's just something extra that I wish was there. And it's just it's not. So we'll have to see if maybe the expansions will help this game in terms of its ranking. But it is still, again, very good. It's one that I really like and one that I have ranked very highly on this list. It's our first one going into the A tier. Again, I really like it. It's just a little bit more, and I think it could have been really up there, fighting for an S tier spot. Now, I did say I was just going to do the main games. You guys have probably noticed, if you've been paying attention, that there is one non-main game. There's actually a DLC that is in here, and that is Civ 5's Brave New World. And my goodness, this song, I think I have more hours just in this like DLC's range than maybe any other game combined, possibly. I don't know. I have a ton in Civ 6, a decent amount in Civ 7, but not anywhere close to the amount that I had when this came out. Brave New World is just, I don't know, it's just, there's something special about this song for me, and it is just like, I tried to not let nostalgia like take over for me. Let's listen to it for just a second. Night into day. Like, listen to that. Okay, so that was all I could really show, but hopefully maybe I cut the music out before you guys could hear this, but it's just I don't know what it is about this one, but it just like hits me like in my spirit, literally. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Music is something that I've always been very attached to. I attach so many memories to music. I played in the band, in the orchestra, all that kind of stuff growing up, and this, like, Brave New World was just so good. It's crisp, it's clean, it feels epic. You feel like you're actually kind of almost in this dark age to a certain degree, but you are heading out to this brave new world, this new undiscovered thing, and it is just an absolutely beautiful piece of music, and one that, again, has like just touched my soul every time I've listened to it. It's got that chorus going on in the background. It's got that build up. It's just, the only thing it's missing is just a little bit more of the epic top, the epic peak that I expect out of these last two that we will be going over. So I hope you guys will forgive me with this one. I know I broke my own rules on this, and I said I was just going to do the main themes, but not putting Brave New World in there for me was a mistake. There are other DLCs that have some really, really good themes as well. But this one to me was just, I don't know. It hits the heartstrings so much, that I just had to put it up there. So there we go. All right, we are down to the last two. We are down to Civ 4 and we are down to Civ 6. Now we have Baba Yetu essentially versus Sogne de Volare, I believe is the potential pronunciation for it. And before I get, because there are people who I think are on both sides, right? There are people who love Baba Yetu, right? I mean, it literally won awards because it was just so transformative for gaming music. Christopher Tin established himself as like the civilization guy by making this one, and it's no, I think, secret, and there's no other reason why we can't, like, the top 3 mainline games of music have all been made by Christopher Tin, these themes. He is just a genius. I love his work, and these are so good. So what I'm going to say is that before you guys get upset with me, now I'm going to show you guys the opening that I'm going to be picking here for second, before I get into number 1. And what I want to say is that whichever way I go, I hope you guys won't kill me in the comments section. If you're at this point and you're wondering, which one it's going to be, make sure that you guys, again, if you've gotten this far and you're new, make sure you subscribe and let me know in the comments section below which of the last two you think it's going to be. Let's get into this one here. I feel bad. I know everybody's going to want to kill me for this, but I am going to be putting Baba Yetu at 2. And it hurts my soul to do this because I freaking love Baba Yetu. This was just, and what's funny is of the last 5 games that have come out, 3 through 7, this is actually the one that I played the least. I did not own this one growing up. My buddy TJ did, and shout out to him, because whenever I'd go over, we would play this. I just never got it for some reason. I don't know. I was so young, I didn't have control of my own finances at this time, and there were a lot of other games that I was playing, but dude, Baba Yetu just slaps. It does. It absolutely slaps. It is so freaking good. I mean, I've listened to multiple people, do medleys of it. I have listened to, I think his name's Peter Hollins, and like his version of this, which was just absolutely outstanding. You can listen to Baba Yetu, and it brings you a sense of peace, but also this epicness, and it has these highs that we all freaking love. I just think that it's a masterpiece. There's no other way to put it. I absolutely love it, and I wish I had gotten to listen to it more. I only listened to it after, really listened to it after I was in college. When I started in college, and I did one class on music theory, and this was one of the songs that I listened to when, kind of making the comparisons and stuff to classical music. And just theme writing in general, something that I'm very passionate about when it comes to, things like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, all those kinds of things. This has a lot of those pieces, but it still also has, I think, that, that connection to, obviously like continental African music. And I love it. It's amazing. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this song. It is damn near perfect, to be honest with you guys. But it is, I think rightfully so, going to be going up here into the S tier. It is right there. But here's the thing. Civ 6, it's Sogno di Volare. Sorry, that's how it's pronounced. There is something special about this song. There is, it and Baba Yetu are, this close. I don't know if you guys can see. Can you guys see my hands? They are, it is 1A and 1B. It is 1 and 1.01 infinity. It is just barely beating it out for me here. But, again, there is just something incredible about this song. It's about the first flight, essentially, and it takes you on this journey throughout the different melodies that are in it, and the way that it is just weaved and composed. It's beautiful, right? It starts off with the strings. It kind of gets you ready. It starts that build up in a way. It's like da 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 da, right? And you're feeling it, and then it finally really crescendos, and it has that peak, but at the same time, it makes you feel inspired. It allows you to feel like you are, I don't know, you're ready to take flight, right? The idea is essentially that it's like us going off into space, exploring the new vast world, universe, all of that kind of stuff, and it's just something just beautiful that I have listened to thousands, and I do mean thousands of times. It is something that I have put on repeat while writing, while making videos like this, making the scripts for them, all that kind of stuff. It is just such an incredible piece of music that I'm actually disappointed didn't get the same love and attention that Baba Yetu did. And it's not, again, this is not putting Baba Yetu down. It is that close to it, but this should be up there in the paramount, the Mount Rushmore, the paragon of gaming music. It is just that good. And it is something I've seen people in the comment section say that, if the world ever came together, this should be the national anthem for the world. And I fully agree with that 100%. It is by far and away my favorite of these different Civilization opening themes, and it is arguably my favorite opening theme of just about anything ever. It does rank up there with the Star Wars, the Lord of the Rings, the anything essentially that John Williams has ever done, or so many of the other great composers of movie music. And I think that this is something that should be honored more, and one that I wish had won more awards than it did. So again, maybe it's just something different for me that you guys maybe have not felt in the same way, but it speaks to me in such a way that I love it. I've listened to so many different variations of it as well, and similar to Baba Yetu, like, there are so many different ways that you can make these songs work. There are different variations of these songs that you can play in different keys that will allow you to still feel the same things that you do with these songs. And that's where some of these other ones faltered, is it's not that you could, have them kind of weave their themes throughout different parts of the game, of different music, and still kind of catch that while you're playing, or catch that while you're listening to it in another fashion. So this is just a beautiful song. I have nothing else really that I need to say about it, even though I know I've talked about it for forever, it feels like, at this point. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you could feel my passion. Again, this is one that I've been wanting to make for so long, and it just felt like today was a good day to make it. So I hope that you guys all out there will enjoy this, even if you're not a part of Civ House. I hope that you've enjoyed my analysis, my thoughts on this. I hope that you guys will go back and listen to all these amazing themes that have given us such an incredible franchise and series and game. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. But that is going to wrap it up for us on this one. So from our house to yours, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join us for one more turn.